So I'd like to introduce Edwina Payne. Edwina is the current CIO of Halyard Health. She will be leading the next 2 days, introducing our various panelists and speakers, and I hope that you enjoy the summit.
Thanks, Lonnie. On behalf of Purdue Polytechnic Institute, I'd like to welcome you to our second annual Innovation Summit. Thank you very much for coming. We've got an exciting 2 days planned. It's going to be a mixture of interactions with students, and you see quite a few of the panels and displays across the wall here, with external speakers talking about the topics of innovation and entrepreneurship, as well as panel discussion. So hopefully you'll have an ample opportunity to interact with outside thought leaders as well as faculty and students. As Lonnie said, my name is Edwina Payne. I am the CIO for Halyard Health. We're a medical devices company located in Alpharetta, Georgia. Our weather's a little bit nicer down there than it is up here. Just want to let y'all know that. And I'll be looking forward to getting back to the flowers and the trees that do have leaves on them at this time of year. In your packet, you should have a couple of things. You should have an agenda for the next 2 days for the summit, as well as full bios for each of the speakers. There's been a slight agenda change from what was originally announced, so this evening we will be having a keynote speaker while we have dinner, and then at the very end we will be awarding 3 different awards for the various students that will be presenting later today. I would like to welcome and give you a bit more background about Lonnie Bentley as well as Matt McKillip, the 2 individuals that are co-hosts for the session over the next 2 days. And Lonnie and Matt will give you a bit more information about the summit, what happened last year, as well as some of the expectations for the next 2 days. Lonnie, as he mentioned, I can't ever say his name without putting professor in front of it. Lonnie was one of my first professors here at Purdue, as I did graduate from the Department of Computer Technology at the time. He's been a professor here since 1981, was department head for 8 years, has founded a startup himself, and has written several books, one of which I have in draft form that I keep forgetting to bring back and have him autograph when I'm down on campus, so I'll have to do that next time. Matt McKillip is the statewide director here at Purdue for research and innovation. He works to broaden faculty and student research, innovation, and entrepreneurship here. Prior to joining Purdue University, he held several different positions out in industry, including the CEO of Catra Healthcare. He was the mayor of Kokomo, Indiana, and spent some time over in Portugal working for Procter & Gamble. So he and I can chat away in Portuguese, and you'll have no idea what we're talking about. So without any further...
Dan speaks Portuguese.
Does Dan? Você fala português também? Que bom, podemos falar. Que bom, que bom. So without further ado, I'll turn it over to Matt and Lonnie, and we'll get the day started.
Okay. So last year, we had the first summit, and a lot of the material, there's videos and notes that were taken throughout that event, and it's been posted. It's available on the web, so at any point in time, if you want to go back and research some of the key points from that event, you may do so. But I thought I'd give you one slide that kind of summarizes the feedback that we received last year at the summit. Last year, we brought in a lot of people from outside of Purdue University to ask them, what should we be doing here at Purdue University relative to innovation? And this is the feedback that we received. Essentially, we were told you need to have mentors. The students need to have mentors that they can go to help them with their designs, their innovations, their approaches to commercialization and the like. They said you need experienced faculty and adjuncts. And I'm very proud to say that we have 3 faculty leading panels and sessions in this summit that all 3 have experience either with commercialization of products, starting companies, and the like. They say, or the feedback also was that the students didn't need just academic coursework on innovation. They needed experience, okay? So it needed to be an experiential program. Ideally, it should be something, the students should be able to work on their project over the entire 4 years that they're at Purdue University. That there was an emphasis on teams and teamwork. The importance of interpersonal skills and business knowledge. Idea, helping students to identify problems and opportunities that they can attack. Also, the need for maker spaces, the ability for students to actually build their proof of concept or their prototype. Customer discovery, have them find customers, find markets and opportunities, and get feedback from them and reflect that in their design innovations. We should hold seminars to give outside the classroom opportunities for students to learn more. Stress the importance of networking. And finally, the importance of ethics and integrity. With that, I will let Matt talk about what we've done.
Thanks, Lonnie. So what Lonnie's really describing on this slide and is something that Dean Bertolini's been working on that you're going to hear about when he comes in later this morning, which is really transforming our whole college from the College of Technology to the Polytechnic. And I think if the dean would see this slide, he would tell you even the students who are not maybe as entrepreneurial should be going through all of these same experiences. So I think you'll hear him really stress that. And you're going to hear a lot over the next 2 days about results that have been achieved over the last year, and then diving deeper with your help into how we can unfold those results to create a better experience for the students and faculty members. But there's 4 results that I really wanted to kind of highlight outside of that. The first is that a year ago when we were wrapping up the summit, Dan said to us, I think it was publicly, but certainly to Lonnie, he said, we want the Polytechnic to get into University Church. Do any of you remember where University Church is or what it was all about? So we've got a speaker that's going to come up in a little bit and really go into detail about what's going on there now. But what Dan asked us to do was get the Polytechnic involved to increase foot traffic in there, to increase programs available for students and faculty, and really create more opportunities for students and faculty members to bump into each other, to share their hunches so that they could start, combining those hunches to create some really innovative products that then Dan and his people could help get out onto the market. So that's certainly one big accomplishment, thanks to the Purdue Research Foundation and Dan, that we've just started on. There's a lot more to be done, and you'll hear about that. Another is that curriculum, that we really need to change the curriculum to put inside it many of the things on this slide. And we've got about a third of the next 2 days dedicated to what we think should be in that. But we really want to hear your feedback on what needs to be in a curriculum and the kind of experiences innovative students should get. So we've got a group working on that of several faculty members and mentors and others that are really helping to develop what we envision today as a new minor, but that could all change. Then we also started, you saw mentoring up there. Mentoring spreads across every aspect. If it's a senior project a student's working on, if they're doing a startup, whatever it is that they're working on, outside mentors are invaluable to those projects. But another thing that we knew was important was inside mentors. So the first kind of crack that we've taken at this is that we created a group of faculty and have decided that every single student in the Polytechnic is going to have, for the 4 years they're here, a faculty mentor to take them through their 4 years within the program. So that's an inside mentor to work with them. And then as we move forward, we envision one or more outside mentors coming in to help those students. And at the end of the day tomorrow, you're going to hear about a mentoring program that we think is pretty good that we would like to adopt and modify for Purdue. And then lastly, I'm not sure if you told him this already, Lonnie, but of course he was Edwina's professor. He was my professor, but for the last, about 4 months or so, he has been the special assistant to the dean for entrepreneurship and innovation. So he's been given this appointment to really help us make all of these things become a reality within the Polytechnic. So those are 4 important results. The next 2 days, I think you'll hear a lot more about the results, but more importantly, you'll help us build those results into impactful programs for students.